parts, one on science and technology, and one about the youth and future. This is Dr. Sherry Tenpenny, and I want to do a quick update about a document that got passed by the United Nations this weekend called the Pact of the Future document. It's two parts, one on science and technology and one about the youth and future generations. It is quite egregious, and it was done by a procedure called the silence procedure, which makes it a pact. And if no one objected, it is automatically adopted and put into the record as being completely adopted. This is the World Health Organization's runaround, or end around. Since they were not able to get the World Health Organization treaty passed, they decided to take it to the General Assembly. And it is even more egregious than what the World Health Organization was wanting to get passed. Let me just read you something really quickly about what is inside of this pact that is now being accepted by 193 nations around the world and equally open-armed accepted by our current administration. Everyone, it says that this is the power structure, fully digital and maximized for the control of the masses. Everyone will be expected to have a biometric digital ID that marks them not just as citizens of an individual country, but as a global citizen. So anytime you hear global citizen or anytime you hear sustainability, think that this is an egregious thing that's happening at the level of the World Health Organization and the United Nations. Anyone that has a dissonant opinion will be labeled as misinformation, disinformation, or malinformation and memory hold. Perpetrators for unapproved information will be fact-checked and punished by the system, which will be operated and enforced by artificial intelligence. Punishments will include being locked out of one's bank account, being unable to make certain purchases, unable to get on an airplane, on a subway, drive on public roads. This is the future, according to the world's self-appointed overlords at the United Nations. These are unelected bureaucrats that are making decisions about our country, our sovereignty around the world. Nothing could be more important at this point in time than to get prepared. Have water, food, digital access, flashlights, a way to communicate with family and friends. Now is really the time to get involved and get prepared, because this is what's coming. Our Congress is sitting on its hands. There was a press conference on the 17th about this, and no further action has been taken. So it's up to us to mobilize and to go forward, particularly with your local sheriffs, to get your constitutional sheriffs to say, this isn't going to be allowed in my county. Thank you very much. Take action. We've been talking about the onset of one world order, one world government, one world religion, one world money for a long time. Well, it's no longer coming. It's here.
And welcome to the New World Order. I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha HaKodash. Double honors to our elder apostles as well as the elder bishops who labored to teach us this truth. Salutations to the hopeful elect out there pushing this word in truth, sincerity, and indeed. I'm your brother Patazah from the Great Millstone Chicago branch, coming at you with another real quick, Lord willing, edifying lesson. And it's here. It is officially here. It's only a matter of time before it comes into fruition. All right, before the ball really gets rolling and you begin to see the complete change, the great reset that the men of the Lord have been prophesying about for decades. And it's no longer coming, like she said, it's finally here. They went in a roundabout way to get it passed. Because basically, if no one votes against it, it's just going to go through. It's going to become law. And that's essentially what they do. They call it backdoor politics. All right. It's like I said, it was all the plan of the elites anyway, which is really Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai's plan to get this thing rolling and to ultimately bring judgment upon the earth, man. All right. And like she said, this is why they want to get rid of cash. This is why over 90% of transactions are done digitally, because as they outlaw cash, as they segue into this digital way of life, they're going to have more control over the masses. Okay? Like I said, if you speak against this, if you speak against the powers that be, they can just ostracize you from society. They can lock you out of your bank. I mean, they lock you out your bank account, you can't do nothing. You can't do nothing. All right. You don't have access to anything. They can blackball you. As soon as you scan and try to check in and then hop on a plane, you won't be able to do that. You're not going to be able to get your boarding pass. You're not going to be able to do shit. So at that point, you either end up getting locked up or you just got to get it how you live, off the grid. And that type of scenario is not going to bode well for your typical American. This is where you're going to have the sedition. This is where you're going to have the rebellion. This is where you're going to have uprisings against the government. A lot of patriotic police, military, they're going to rebel. They're not going to stand for it. They're going to fight for the Constitution, things of that matter. So they're going to have to bring in foreign troops, and which is what I believe a lot of this migrant crisis. I believe a lot of these military age males that they let in the country by the millions are eventually going to suit up and be that governing force to replace the patriotic citizens that wear a badge and wear a uniform. So it's going to be all out chaos and civil war happening here in America. There's going to be great violence going on, man, and all through this type of wickedness, all because of the elites via backdoor politics, man. Okay? And they've had this in the works for a while, but this is the book of Psalms, chapter 64. I'll start at 1. To the chief musician, the Psalm of David, hear my voice, O Most High, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, you see? And so this legislation, this UN Pact for the Future, this is a part of that secret counsel of the wicked, okay? Because they're not publicly coming out with this, okay? Instead, they're just feeding the masses distractions. It's Diddy. Now you got Cardi B and her shit with Offset just dominating the airwaves, dominating social media and radio, and people are locked in and on that type of bullshit. And then come weekend, it's Sunday football. You know what I mean? You're going to watch the Bears lose. You know what I'm saying? The Panem et Circenses, bread and circus. And meanwhile, the sovereignty of this nation is literally being handed over to the UN. Okay? Like she said, like I've said, like my elder Malcolm has said, like the elder apostles have said, unelected officials are in charge of governing your nation. Okay? You now literally have no more sovereignty. You're no longer free. Okay? You're going to have foreign entities that are going to create policy to govern your country, your state. All right. And that in itself is considered high treason. Had this been the 1800s, they would have been uprised and just fucking stormed Congress, man, and really made a lot of noise. A lot of heads would have been rolling back in the 1800s. But now you see these Americans, they're soft, they're still comfortable. But I guarantee as when these port strikes kick in, which I'm gonna do a lesson on that, Lord willing, when people are no longer comfortable and they're living in a environment of scarcity, that's when you start to see action. That's when you start to see heads rolling. That's when you start to see the shit that the men of the Lord been prophesying and been longing for. Okay? Well, as of right now, these Americans, they're not really quite understanding what's going on, man. But the men of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai do. We on that prophecy watch. Continuing on, verse 2, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. See, policy, legislation, okay, pacts, written agreements, executive orders. All right, those are all the vehicles that this devil uses, okay, and to slay the poor. You see? Like they said in the world, the pen is mightier than the sword. This devil, he uses paperwork, all right, and legislation, executive orders. He uses that to usurp, override, and just completely deny the rights of the poor, of American people, of people in other countries. This is how this devil, all right, this is how he commits his his wickedness, man. You know, and after things get signed into law, after things, you know, become so-called written in stone, he uses his police and military force to enforce his ideology and to enforce his wickedness, man. All right. Verse 4, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. How are they shooting in secret? These backdoor meetings, these summits, these meetings of world powers that happen behind closed doors, wherein the elites debrief the faces of whatever government or whatever nation. All right. The elites come in, they tell these guys, this is the plan. This is how we're going to do it. All right. And hey, you're going to show face. All right. The elites have everybody in their pocket, man. All right. Russia, China, they're all bending the knee to the elites, man. Okay. All right. And even the elites are divided. You better fucking believe it. But they're going to get this. They're going to bring about this new world order, man. Okay. It's going to happen. All right. And who are they shooting? They shooting secret at the perfect. Who's the perfect? The men of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, the elect. Okay. Those that are blameless. All right. The men that are making videos like this, rebuking this bullshit. It says, suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? And this is how, again, another example of laying snares privily behind closed doors. The scriptures say, woe to them that seek to hide their counsel. All right. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, he fills heaven and earth, man. All right. There's nothing hid or done in secret that shall not be made manifest, man, and exposed to the world. Okay. There is nothing hidden from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. His eyes are everywhere. And if you're trying to commit wickedness, if you have a conspiracy, all right, it's going to be made known abroad, man. All right. You're not going to get away with this shit, Esau. It says they search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. See, so this type of shit was very, very carefully thought out and planned out, man. Okay. They didn't just come up with this in the last year. This has been centuries in the making, you know? So this devil, he's been very meticulous in how he's been moving about and inching closer and closer to this new world order, man. But now that it's finally here, it's not going to go like he plans, man. You see, the thing about chaos, because this devil, he wants chaos. He's going to use chaos as a tool, as an instrument to justify his wicked endeavor, which is the new world order. But the thing about chaos is it's chaotic. You can't control it. See, you can't control it. So as things get more and more chaotic, man, all right, he's not going to fulfill his endeavor, man. All right. See, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, he's going to disappoint him. This is the book of Job, chapter 5, verse 12. He disappointeth the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. See? So the Lord's going to disappoint this shit. The Lord's going to throw a wrench in your plans, Esau. And he's going to use the elect. Because as long as this word is going out to expose you, all right, as long as this vibration is going out, none of your plans are gonna go like the way he thinks it's gonna go. These global elites, man, and they're not gonna get away with this shit. But these 2/3, these Americans, they're gonna get caught in that snare. Okay, and these people, they have no idea what's about to hit them. They have no idea what's about to hit them, man. All right, there's a such thing called Agenda 2030. They're trying to accelerate that. So, like I said, from now up until these elections, and even after the elections, shit is gonna really start to speed up, man. All right. Hey, this devil, he wants to chip. He wants everybody chipped before 2030. We already finna be in 2025, man. So it's here. Now it's crunch time. It's fucking crunch time. Like she said, they want everybody to have a digital ID. And what is that digital ID? The MOT to the B, man. And anybody, any camp, anybody that's saying the MOT to the B is not this digital implant that they coming with, they're either false prophets or they're paid off, man. They got the bag. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13. Y'all know where I'm going. And 16, and he causeth all. He causeth. When you look over at the NLT, it says he requires everyone. So if you want to live in this society, you want to live in this new future that the UN has conjured up for humanity, you're going to have to take this digital biometric implant, man. It's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It says, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. That's plain, man. Right here in your face. So, hey, if you don't get it, hey, fuck you. Hey, you destined for destruction. To the hopeful elect out there, stay strong. It's crunch time, baby. Shalom.